midnight. The city of Pyongyang lies cloaked in darkness, its streets eerily silent as if holding its breath. Suddenly, sirens blare across a silent Pyongyang street, shattering the stillness and signaling that something is terribly wrong. Soldiers in dark uniforms storm the alleyways, flashlights cutting through shadows as they search every corner, every hidden space. They block all exits to the city's largest black market, sealing off escape routes with military precision. Traders scatter in panic, clutching illegal sacks of rice, Chinese cigarettes, and USB drives filled with forbidden K-pop music and dramas. Precious contraband that could mean survival or a prison sentence. The arrest count rises quickly, as dozens are rounded up within minutes, their fates uncertain. In the morning, the state news issues a chilling warning: enemies of the people will not escape justice. The message is clear and unmistakable. For most North Koreans, these headlines are more than news. They're warnings, reminders that the state is always watching, always ready to punish. Every family knows someone who has risked arrest for a bit of food or a piece of forbidden foreign technology. These risks are woven into daily life. The state's grip is iron, but hunger and hope push people to defy it, fueling a quiet resistance that simmers beneath the surface. This is not just a crime story. It's a story of survival, of ordinary people forced into extraordinary risks. It is the daily reality of North Korea's billion-dollar black market, an invisible engine that keeps the nation alive, even as the authorities try to crush it. This economy in the shadows is both a lifeline and a crime, depending on who is watching and who is desperate enough to take the chance. So, what drives this shadow world? What forces people to risk everything for a handful of rice or a glimpse of the outside world? To understand, we must look first at North Korea's official economy, what it offers, and more importantly, what it denies its people, leaving them to seek hope in the shadows. North Korea calls itself a socialist paradise, a nation where the government claims to provide for every citizen's needs. The government owns all land and factories, controlling every aspect of production and distribution. In theory, every citizen is guaranteed food, work, and shelter from the state, with the promise that no one will be left behind. Huge propaganda posters line the streets, showing smiling workers, overflowing rice bowls, and loyal soldiers defending the nation. But the reality, for most North Koreans, is starkly different from these images. State-run stores are mostly empty, with shelves that rarely see fresh produce or meat. Ordinary families receive only small rations: corn, potatoes, and sometimes a bit of tofu, barely enough to fill their stomachs. Electricity flickers out often, plunging entire neighborhoods into darkness for hours or even days at a time. Factories operate at a crawl, if at all, lacking not just raw materials but also skilled workers and modern equipment. The economy limps along under heavy international sanctions and deep isolation from the rest of the world. Jobs are assigned by the government, leaving people with little choice over their own futures. Wages are tiny, and the state-issued food barely keeps people alive, forcing many to go hungry. The official economy, designed to make everyone equal, instead leaves most people struggling just to survive each day. Dreams of a strong and prosperous nation ring hollow in the cold, hungry homes of Pyongyang and beyond, where hope is often in short supply. These shortages and hardships are not new. They have haunted North Korea for generations, shaping daily life for millions. But over the past 3 decades, these struggles have pushed millions of North Koreans to find another way, a way beyond the reach of the state's empty promises, seeking survival and hope wherever they can. The 1990s changed everything. North Korea's economy collapsed after the fall of the Soviet Union. Food aid dried up. Then came the arduous march, a famine that killed hundreds of thousands. For many, there was no food from the state, no work, and no hope. Desperation forced people to break the rules. Mothers began to barter rice for soap, shoes for scraps of meat. Some risked their lives to cross rivers into China, smuggling back flour and medicine. Makeshift street markets called Jangmadang began popping up. They started small, just a few women trading in alleys, but quickly grew into sprawling hubs of secret commerce. The government tried to stamp them out, but hunger was stronger than fear. Gradually, the state lost its control over daily life. The Jangmadang became the heart of a new shadow economy, one that would not just survive, but thrive. Today, this black market is worth billions. It shapes how people eat, work, and even think about their country. Walk through a Jangmadang today, and you see faces from every corner of North Korean society. The market is a living, breathing crossroads where people from all walks of life gather, each with their own story and struggle. Housewives sell dried fish next to teenagers, hawking cheap electronics, their voices blending with the hum of bargaining and laughter. These stalls are more than just places of commerce, they are lifelines for families trying to survive. Children run errands for traders, weaving between makeshift stalls, with practiced agility, learning the rhythms of trade from a young age. For many, the market is their playground and their classroom. Some traders are veterans of the famine years, their faces marked by hardship and resilience. They remember when the markets were a matter of life and death. Others are new, soldiers' wives, laid-off factory workers, even school teachers who never imagined they'd be selling goods to survive. The market welcomes anyone willing to take a risk. Smugglers operate along the Chinese border, risking prison or worse to bring in rice, medicine, and foreign movies. Their journeys are dangerous, but the goods they carry are treasures for those waiting on the other side. Truck drivers and train conductors take bribes to look the other way, becoming silent partners in the underground economy. Without their cooperation, much of the market's supply would dry up. Local officials sometimes join in, protecting favorite traders for a cut of the profit. Corruption is woven into the fabric of daily life, blurring the lines between law and survival. It is a network of trust, fear, and necessity, where every handshake and whispered deal carries risk. People rely on each other, but always watch their backs. Every transaction breaks the rules, yet these rules are bent and broken so often that they have become almost meaningless. But these rules, like the ration cards, are ignored by almost everyone. The official system has faded into the background, replaced by the reality of the market. The black market is not just for criminals or the desperate. It is a place where ordinary people buy food, medicine, and hope for a better tomorrow. It is the system that keeps people alive, allowing families to put food on the table, and children to dream of something more. Behind every sale is a story. A mother trying to feed her children, a college student hoping for a banned K-drama, a border guard tempted by easy cash. In the Jangmadang, survival, ambition, and quiet rebellion all meet, shaping the hidden heartbeat of North Korea. Every day in the black market comes with risk. Police and secret police patrol the markets, searching for so-called illegal goods. Chinese medicine, South Korean films, even, instant noodles. Punishments are harsh bribes, beatings, time in labor camps. Some traders disappear and are never seen again. But fear does not stop the trade. Traders develop secret signals, a certain phrase, a folded scarf, a coded knock. Families hide rice under floorboards. Children learn young how to spot a plain clothes. Officer, warnings spread quickly. A raid is coming. Hide your wares. Stay home today. Still, the black market survives. For many, it's the only way to eat, to get medicine, to hope for something better. Survival depends on quick thinking and luck. Some even say the Jangmadang is the only place in North Korea where true freedom exists. This life is a constant gamble, but for most, there is just no other choice. It is sunrise in Hyesan, near the Chinese border. The Jangmadang wakes up as traders set up their stalls. A woman offers eggs, whispering the price. A boy approaches with a plastic bag full of Chinese chewing gum, winking at a nervous customer. Money changes hands quietly, mostly in yuan or US dollars. A bribe is slipped to a policeman, who pretends not to see a pile of South Korean DVDs. In a back corner, a young man haggles for a used cell phone. The air is thick with the smell of fried dough and cigarettes. Old men gossip about politics, carefully, in hushed voices. Sometimes the market feels almost normal, but tension lies just beneath the surface. A sudden shout and everyone freezes. Is it a raid? An informer? Traders can lose everything in seconds, yet every day the market reopens. It is a place of fear, but also of hope. Not everyone uses the black market just to survive. For some, it is a path to riches. Well-connected traders smuggle in luxury goods, Rolex watches, French wine, even flat-screen TVs. Party officials and military officers shop here, buying what the state cannot provide. Some become wealthy, living lives of quiet luxury behind locked doors. At the same time, the poorest scrape by, trading scraps for a few won. The Jangmadang is a ladder. A few climb high, most struggle on the lower rungs. Still, even the smallest trader can dream. Success in the market can mean a better life for your family, a chance to avoid hunger. But wealth brings new dangers, envy, suspicion, and the ever-present threat of a crackdown. In North Korea, success is something to hide. This is a world of sharp contrasts. Survival for some, splendor for a lucky few. The regime calls the black market illegal and dangerous. It launches crackdowns, raids and arrests. Propaganda warns that traders are traitors who threaten the nation's purity. But behind closed doors, the party quietly benefits. Officials take bribes to allow the trade. Some even run their own market stalls through relatives. The state tax collectors now unofficially visit markets, collecting fees to look the other way. Sometimes, the government even copies black market ideas, selling foreign goods in state stores after seizing them from smugglers. The border is never fully closed. Too much money flows back to the elite. This double game keeps the shadow economy alive. The regime fights the market in public but cannot survive without it in private. It is a delicate balance, one that could break at any moment. North Korea's future may depend as much on these secret deals as on any official policy. North Korea's black market is more than a criminal enterprise. It is proof of the people's resilience, creativity, and courage. In the Jangmadang, mothers, soldiers, and children all find ways to survive, and sometimes, to dream. Every illegal trade is a small act of resistance against a system that has failed them. For the regime, the shadow economy is both a danger and a necessity. It challenges their control, but props up their rule. The billion-dollar black market is now woven into the fabric of daily life, shaping what North Korea is and what it could become. In the end, North Korea's future may not be decided in palaces or parade grounds, but in the crowded, risky, hopeful aisles of the Jangmadang.